I shall now make a statement in my capacity as the representative of Pakistan. Colleagues, Pakistan is pleased to convene this meeting in partnership with Denmark and Republic of Korea, the Security Council trio on peacekeeping. And together we also circulated a concept note for this meeting. I would like to join colleagues in thanking Under Secretary General Lacroix, ASG Martha Pobi, and the President of IPI, Prince Zaid Rad Al Hussein, for their thoughtful briefings and pertinent recommendations. And I would say that in doing so, our three briefers have, in fact, challenged us as council members to rise to the occasion, be dynamic and responsive to the evolving scenarios and to this council's responsibility for maintaining international peace and security. UN peace operations are at an inflection point. This year is of particular significance as serious efforts are underway to review and reform the UN's engagement, including the Secretary General's review of the future of all forms of UN peace operations as mandated by the Pact for the Future, the 20-year review of the UN peacebuilding architecture, and the UN 80 initiative. Peace operations remain central to the UN and this Council's raison d'etre, the maintenance of international peace and security. They are the most visible embodiment of multilateralism in action and represent our collective commitment to peace. For the past 8 decades, UN peace operations have contained conflicts and crises, monitored ceasefires, shepherded decolonization, protected civilians, strengthened state sovereignty, and forged institutions that support peace and good governance. Overall, peace operations are a success story. Yet, over the past decade, we have also witnessed a crisis of confidence. No new peacekeeping mission has been deployed in 10 years. It has also been 10 years since the landmark high-level independent panel on peace operations, HIPPO, issued its recommendations for improving peace operations, centered around the 3 Ps: politics, partnerships, and people. The central message of the HIPPO report remains pertinent. Peace operations must be centered around political solutions. The ongoing reviews must therefore uphold this message while working to restore confidence in UN peace operations and adapt and enhance their relevance in today's complex international environment. Pakistan offers the following recommendations. First, the primacy of politics must guide every peace operation. Missions cannot substitute political processes, but serve to enable them. Peacekeeping missions provide essential space, protection, and credibility to pursue political solutions. In cases where political processes are lacking or absent, peacekeeping missions help maintain stability, protect civilians, monitor violations, and preserve hope for eventual dialogue. Peacekeeping missions, however, cannot be held accountable for the lack of political progress, as we know that political outcomes depend on the parties and on sustained international engagement. This Council, which mandates the missions, must ensure that missions are deployed with an accompanying credible political process that addresses the root causes of conflicts, and also that mission mandates are demand-driven, clear, sequenced, and context-specific. There has been much debate about the Christmas tree mandates. These mandates result from the tendency of member states to retain hard-won gains on negotiated language in some mandate resolutions, which often overburden missions. These mandates sometimes divert the focus from the most essential needs on ground. This tendency must be checked for making the missions more result-oriented and focused. Second, as has also been noted by other colleagues, the success of peace operations depends on strong political undertaking by member states, particularly the members of the Security Council. As the primary organ entrusted with the maintenance of international peace and security, this council must provide unified and consistent support to peace operations. The Secretary General and his special representatives and envoys are central to this effort, serving as the political lead of missions and ensuring strategic coherence across whole of the mission. UN missions contain a wealth of unmatched expertise across civilian and uniformed components. SRSGs and envoys are responsible for channeling that expertise, interpreting and implementing Security Council mandates, aligning operational activities with political objectives. Their leadership must be reinforced by full backing from the Council, which should treat the Secretary General's reports and recommendations as vital instruments for sustaining peace. It has also been seen that where the UN and Council retreat or hesitate, political vacuums emerge. And this vacuum is being increasingly filled by negative actors and soldiers of fortune, thus proliferating the threats to international peace and security. That space, colleagues, must be reclaimed through credible political processes anchored in the Council's authority and implemented through empowered UN missions. Third, peacekeeping must maintain a people-centered approach. Peacekeeping missions should put together greater emphasis on promoting local peace arrangements at the community level wherever possible to reduce violence and build trust. The successful efforts of Pakistani peacekeepers in UNISFA, in Abyei, to engage local communities are a good example in peacekeeping missions promoting local political solutions. Fourth, we must address the financial crisis facing peace operations. Missions are being downgraded due to lack of resources. The UN80 initiative may further impact the budgets. We should remember that peace operations remain one of the most cost-effective tools available to the international community for maintaining international peace and security and for pursuing political objectives. With a budget of $5.5 billion, UN peacekeeping worldwide constitutes less than 0.3% of global military spending. And that's an important fact. Multiple studies have confirmed that UN peacekeeping reduces violence, protects civilians, and helps sustain peace arrangements. The UN80 initiative must not become a euphemism for retrenchment. Reform efforts must preserve the operational credibility, institutional memory, and readiness of peace operations. Expecting peacekeepers to deliver on ambitious mandates without adequate resources is a recipe for underperformance and disillusionment. We should not set the missions up for failure. Fifth, premature mission closures and transitions without clear political end state have often created dangerous vacuums and reversed hard-won gains. Transitions must be responsibly managed through conditions-based and not calendar-driven exit strategies. To this end, a peace continuum approach is needed, one that allows for flexible, tailored, and context-specific responses. Peace building must be embedded in the mission from the outset to enable smooth progression from peacekeeping to long-term development and sustainable peace. Sixth, the UN must deepen strategic partnerships with regional organizations. Resolution 2719 is a landmark achievement in the domain of UN's cooperation with regional organizations. We wish to see its effective implementation. Partnerships with other regional organizations such as the EU, OIC, ASEAN, and many others should also be strengthened and institutionalized. Lastly, reform of peace operations must be inclusive and anchored in ground realities. The Secretary General's review must ensure meaningful consultations with troop and police contributing countries, member states, and host countries. Ownership of member states is essential for the success of this review. Furthermore, TCCs and PCCs must also be fully involved in the design and review of mandates. Their experience on the ground should inform political deliberations here in New York. Colleagues, Pakistan brings to this discussion experience of nearly 8 decades of engagement with UN peace operations. We have remained among the top troop contributors, host to one of the UN's oldest missions, United Nations Military Observers Group in India and Pakistan, deployed in Jammu and Kashmir. We are also a founding member of the Peacebuilding Commission. Over 235,000 Pakistani peacekeepers have served with distinction in 48 missions across 4 continents. 182 of our bravest have laid down their lives in the service of peace. We greatly value the importance of UN peace operations. We pay highest tribute to all the blue helmets from around the world, past and present. The imperative of political solutions is obvious. Nowhere is this more urgently needed than in Jammu and Kashmir, a long-standing dispute on this Council's agenda. This Council should fulfill its obligations and make concerted efforts to secure a just and lasting solution to the Jammu and Kashmir dispute in accordance with the relevant resolutions of the Security Council and the wishes of the Kashmiri people. Colleagues, peacekeeping is not a silver bullet, but neither is it obsolete. It remains the most legitimate, collaborative, and cost-effective tool the international community and this Council possess to stabilize conflicts and support political solutions. This Council's renewed commitment to mechanisms for peaceful settlement of disputes, expressed in Resolution 2788, also complements the objectives of pursuing political solutions as part of and through UN's peace operations. As we chart the future of peace operations, we must remember politics offers the path, and peacekeeping builds and protects that path until the destination of sustainable peace is within reach. The Council must protect and support both the path and the destination. I thank you. I shall now resume my function as President of the Council.